Hello, hello, hello. How are you? I'm live right now. We're waiting for Mr. Brown. He's coming right now. That's Mr. Marcus Brown. He's a teacher in Philadelphia. He's coming on right now. I just sent him a message. He should be here in 2 seconds. What's goody? We are living in our blessings. Hey, Tristan Bill. How are you? How you doing? Hello. Hey, how are you guys doing? We're reporting live from the beach. This is the office. Life is a beach. So now, but we're waiting for Mr. Brown right now. He's coming on the live. Hey. Hey, how are you? We are waiting for Mr. Brown. But if you are new to the live, make sure you send this live to a friend. Send it to somebody else you want to follow to join us. I'm waiting for him right now. Today's guest is going to be Mr. Brown. I don't know if you've seen the post we've had. He's a teacher in Philadelphia who teaches. Hey, Mr. Brown. He's coming. How you doing? I'm going to send him an invite right now. If you haven't seen our post we've been sharing, he's a teacher from Philadelphia who is teaching kids about. Hey.
How you doing?
Good. How are you?
I'm good. I'm good. Look at you all on the beach living your best life.
Yeah, I'm living in my blessings right now. Right now, I'm living in my blessings. How are you doing?
I'm all right. I'm all right. Thank you for having
Thank
me.
you for being our guest. I really appreciate it, and I appreciate what you're doing too. That's why I really wanted you on the live because I think it's great what you're doing. And I think it's great just to see, honestly, a male black teacher because there's really none.
Right.
Let's put it out there.
Right.
Yeah. But for people who don't know, tell us your name, where you're from. Let's give them a warm up to learn more
Yeah.
about you.
Yeah. So my name is you can call me Mark. You know, the students call me Mr. Brown. Um, so I'm from Philly, from North Philly. You know, I grew up in a rough neighborhood, you know, so I'm familiar with. And let me backtrack a little bit. So the school that I teach at is in one of the toughest neighborhoods in the world. Um, I don't know if you guys are familiar with Kensington and Allegheny, but if you
It's
Google
good out
it,
there.
huh?
It's crazy out there. It's crazy out there. I've driven
It's
through like, ooh, let me lock the doors real quick.
absolutely, yeah. It's literally like zombie world out there.
Yes.
A lot of people are struggling, who are hooked on drugs. So like I'm literally in the heart of the trenches. That's how I feel.
Uh-huh.
So yeah, you know, I'm just there, just trying to be a light, trying to make a difference. That's all.
Okay. With doing that, you're teaching kids about plumbing. What else do you teach them? You teach them life skills, I guess, with managing how to fix things when it's broken. That's a good life skill right there.
Yeah, absolutely. So plumbing, yes. I'm a plumbing teacher. But of course, like, you know, if you're a plumber, you're gonna know a little bit of everything. Like, so sometimes we do some things with carpentry. Um, you know, just wherever like the job lead us to. Of course, the life skills that kind of comes with the territory. You know, I always try to spit a little game, spit a little knowledge to the students. I know sometimes I probably can be irritating, but you know, I try to give it to them.
You're trying to give them real life because, it's different. And especially with so many teachers, honestly, being women, sometimes kids hear, but they're like, it's just like another mom voice. They're not
Sure,
listening. So they see you as
absolutely.
a father figure. Um, I'm going to start with the questions.
Hmm.
How do you feel? How do you handle the pressure of being that father figure for kids who may not be there, who may not know how to handle it?
Well, so for the students who may view me like that, maybe a father figure, maybe an uncle, you know, or maybe a big brother that they never had. However they view me, like that mentor role, like I don't take it lightly. I think it comes with responsibility. I think it comes with duty, like making sure that I always got the student's best interests at heart, at mind. You know, and sometimes that can be me trying to correct them, me challenging them, me just loving on them in some cases, you know, me just, you know, confirming some things in them. So I don't take it lightly, but you know, I'm grateful for it, and it's not always easy, but you know, it's a duty. It's a duty.
With that being like what was the first, what is it like now as a teacher? Because you said you've been a teacher for 2 years now in the education field. What have you learned for the past 2 years that helped you grow?
So yes, so this is my second year. Patience, I guess. So I don't have kids, right? I don't have kids, right? So like just working with kids, it was like it's teaching me like patience, and there's so much to figure out, and sometimes it can be like very frustrating because like I understand because I was a kid once, so like I get that part. But now that I'm on the other side, I'm the teacher, like there's a different expectation. Um so yeah, it's definitely, I think, yeah, it's teaching me patience. It's teaching me yeah, it's teaching me patience, and it's teaching me not to be selfish in a way, because like a lot of my time, like a lot of stuff that I do, like it's beyond teaching, like trying to connect students with jobs and stuff like that. Like it goes beyond teaching, right? So like it's literally like I'm giving them the passion that I give them is the same passion that I would give to my own kids if I had kids, right? So yeah, it's definitely, yeah, patience is teaching me love. It's teaching me how to not be selfish. And I'm pretty sure it's teaching me a lot of other things that I'm just not thinking about
Okay.
right now. But
You said that you help the kids find jobs and stuff. How do you how do you help them find jobs, and what would you recommend people to help kids join trades? What would you do, or what would you tell them to do to help them?
um, well, so all right, so for the students who are thinking about like joining the trades, or students who are thinking about like, even joining the school where I work at, I always tell them like to kind of like to educate themselves and kind of look into it, look into the different fields, because like what we're doing, like CTE is still growing, but it's literally like it's the freest education that they're gonna get, right? So like I tell them like take advantage, because it really can be life changing for whatever student who is dedicated to whatever work they got to do.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, yeah. And there was another question. I think I missed your other question.
Um, how would you recommend someone join the trades? Like you said, your program for the school. What's it about? Like, how'd you get into? Because I know you said you were mentored by somebody else who I follow on IG. How did you become
Sure.
a? How did you get into it? Because you had a mentor, of course.
Yeah, Mr. Jarrett. Shout out to my man, Mr. Jarrett. Yeah, so Mr. Jarrett was one of my old school instructors when I went to trade school, right? And we kind of always stayed connected. And he asked me, what I want to teach, what I think about teaching. And at the time, I wasn't really, I'm like, yeah, that's cool, I'll do it. Just
You were
it
like,
was just
yeah, whatever.
conversation, right? And then when the opportunity actually came around, and for one, I seen the stuff that he would post, right? Um, like it was inspiring to me. Like, I'm like, man, here you go, like really making an impact on these students. But I will say I didn't fully understand what I was getting myself into. You know,
You
like
thought it was gonna be light.
I thought it was
You
gonna be light. And he's in a whole different spectrum where I'm at. Like it's like it's different. I'm gonna just say it's different.
okay.
Um, yeah, it's different. Yeah, it was like a movie. You ever seen one of those movies when they just walk into a room and the doors just close on them?
Yeah.
Like that's how I feel. Like I feel like, because now I have like this conviction, whereas though, like even if I thought about leaving, I still like I get this conviction, like, oh, I'm here for a reason,
Yeah.
So
That's
yeah,
a
but shout out.
good.
Go ahead.
Go
Uh,
ahead. Go ahead. Say what you're gonna say.
I was gonna say shout out to Mr. Jarrett though, man. He's a dope person.
Okay. You said it was a reason. Describe a moment that made you realize you were destined to teach.
Um, Honestly, I can't quite say that I'm destined yet. I think
Okay.
there's I think there's things inside of me, like confirmations that I'm still looking for. Yeah, so I can't quite say that I'm destined to teach. I will say that I feel like it's my purpose to make impact in
Yeah, that's
lives
good.
in general. So,
That's good.
and maybe I am. I just haven't gotten that confirmation yet.
Yeah, but you never know. The confirmation could be a kid who comes back to you a few years later, and be like, you inspired me. You told me that you made me feel better. You made me feel complete. So you were the reason I'm doing it.
Sure. Right.
As a teacher, as a male teacher, do you feel like it's harder to get to the kids, or is it easier? Do they listen to the female teachers easier, or is it?
Um,
He's like, I'm not trying to step on toes.
nah. It's so for me. I would say it's more so. I want to say it's more so like a culture type of thing.
Hmm.
Like if you come from their culture, if you come
Yes.
from their culture, then you can relate, you can comprehend, you can understand them a little better. So and from the male and female perspective, maybe like if yeah, I think so. I think it's a different dynamic. I think it's like it depends on the situation because like some young men like really need to hear things from a male perspective, right? Or there may be a young lady who never had like a male like really trying to like a male figure in her life who's really trying to help her like that, right? So
To help them
yeah, I
become
think
better.
it's a case by case situation.
Okay. Um, Next question. Thank you very much for that question because it's true because everything is based on personality.
Sure,
Because honestly, as a teacher, you're meeting a lot of personalities throughout the day, and you getting
absolutely.
everything they went through. You getting their baggage. If they had a bad day yesterday, they coming at you crazy. How do you practice a work-life balance, especially as an educator?
Um, honestly, I'm still trying to figure that out.
Okay.
Like, I'm, I'm still, yeah. Because not only am I teaching, like, I'm going to school as well.
Oh, you
Like,
are?
yeah.
That's good. What you go to school for?
So I have to, so I have to go to school in order to teach.
Oh,
So
wow, you're doing double duty for real,
ab-
for real.
absolutely. So what I'm on what they're called is emergency certification, right? You have to have the certification to be a CTE teacher, but I think something happened where as though they wasn't finding a lot of people in the trade who wanted to teach, and who had the certification, right?
It's horrible
So
out here. They ain't got no teachers.
yeah, so like they kind of they did this thing where as though they allow people to actually teach while going to school. You had to be in pursuit for your certification. So
All right.
that work
You're
life
busy.
balance, like I mean, and that's only like that's work, and I'm talking about school. Like like you said, I still have a life. Like I still have family and friends. So it can get tough. Like it can get real tough, and I haven't figured it out yet.
Okay. What makes you smile as an educator?
I think seeing other people smile, seeing students smile, like feeling confident, like especially when they're working on a project, um, yeah, and they feel good about themselves. Like for
Okay.
me, um, it brings a priceless joy to me.
Okay. It's like you're learning and you're investing in yourself. You're
Absolutely,
investing in yourself and you're investing in children to do
yeah.
something better. Okay. That's a great aspect because a lot of times, especially as teachers, all you hear is that they're overwhelmed, that they feel crazy, something's wrong, something's bad. What's the best part? You said best part of teaching so far is seeing the kids grow. What inspires you to keep teaching? Because I know some days you probably like, I don't even want to do this.
Facts. That is facts. Honestly, I was feeling like that this week. Honestly,
Sorry. Well,
nah, you're
I'm
good.
sorry. I'm sorry.
Nah,
I hope
it's
you feel better.
no, definitely.
What made you feel like that?
It's just like you said, there's a lot of different personalities that you deal with.
Yeah.
Um, like yeah, it's a lot, man, and like some students they
They
like
be
some of
coming.
them,
They be
yeah,
coming crazy.
and some of them like they have. Some people like some students have personal issues. They have baggage and stuff like that, and like
Yeah.
your job is to like, my job is to like to teach, whatever assignments I have for them to do, I needed for them to complete that,
Yeah.
right? And like sometimes, in some cases, like they may view you as the enemy. Like
Oh, really?
you're just trying to do their job, and it's not every day. Like it may be for that one day, then the next day you're the best person in the world, right? So,
Really,
like,
yeah.
like
And they go to puberty, so they stressing you.
absolutely.
They stressing you out.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And then it could be something from another class that you don't even know. Like something happened in the other class and they coming in and kind of like, not taking it out on me, but they're frustrated. So like there is though definitely moments where I look myself in the mirror and ask myself, what am I doing? Like I still can't believe, all right, this is what keeps me right here, right? Because I still believe that there's a purpose of why I'm doing this, right? And I believe, like I understand the struggle. Like I come from where they come from. Like so, like I so like there have to be like a better way for them. Like and they have to believe that, right? So it's like for me, it's just like it's just been a conviction.
It's like
It's
they're
just been a conviction.
building their faith, low key, in themselves.
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. And there's like again, like when I look at myself, I would have never thought that I would be in a classroom teaching. Right. So I'm like, this just it don't make sense. There must be a reason why I'm here. Like my story don't even link up to what I'm doing, right? So
And that's
um
how life is. The things you thought you would do, you never do. Now you're but you're living a better life though. You're impacting kids, Even though this week might have been rough for you,
sure.
trust me, you just made it might be rough for you because you made somebody else's baggage lighter,
Sure,
you know?
absolutely, absolutely. And then, I will say this, like I do have students and I had students in the past that like really made it worthwhile for me.
Hmm.
Like students that I would literally walk to another city, just to, view them or something like that. Like
Yeah,
they were literally, yeah, they're close to me, like they're close to my heart, just like that. And just based off of the rapport, the relationship, you know what I mean, that we have, like they really, really make it worthwhile.
they really made that's great. And teaching itself is a great tool. It's just a great. Honestly, I respect teachers greatly because honestly,
Sure,
the patience you got. It's to the moon. You got real patience. If people think they got patience, imagine 15 kids calling your name at once. That's a lot of patience right there. You know?
absolutely,
What would
absolutely.
what would you describe as your superpower?
She said my superpower. Um, I think for me, it's like really like just trusting in God.
Mm,
Like for me personally, like, because when I try to do things in my own strength and all that stuff like that, I end up failing. So like, I mean, just my personal relationship with God, like that's my superpower.
okay. Give me two more.
Two more
Two more
superpowers.
superpowers. Yeah, yeah.
I would think the care that I have for the students. Like
Okay.
I really like I care about them. Like I said, I care about them. Like I mean, they're my own family. Um, the other one, I think encourager. Like or my encouragements. Like I'm always trying to look for ways to encourage the students to build them up. Um, yeah.
Okay. This is a random question, but it's not random because I think about these things.
Okay.
If you had to describe yourself as a color, why?
A
So
color?
yeah, I like to ask these questions so it like makes people calm and they be like, you know what? That is
Sure.
my
Myself as a color. That's an
yeah.
interesting question.
Yeah, like
Um,
for me, I know my color. Let me hear yours.
what's your
I want the
color?
tea.
Don't tell me is what you gonna say. Black. Oh, go ahead.
Now my
Tell me.
color is like orange, like but not bright orange. Like
Sure.
when it's like that red orange, that's my
Yeah.
super color. I could definitely say that. Because sometimes I'm fiery. And sometimes I'm just like a mellow. I just want to be chill. I know
Gotcha.
that's my
Yeah.
yeah.
I think I'm gonna go with gold because I feel like my heart is golden, so I'm gonna go with gold.
Okay. that's He probably like, color? I ain't never hear that question. Now you can think
Nah,
about it later. Watch, you're gonna be
absolutely.
like, dang, what's my supercut? Okay. What's your favorite quote?
My favorite quote. Um, so Kobe Bryant, right?
Mm-hmm.
My favorite basketball player. He said this quote one time. He said it's not the destination, it's the journey, right?
Okay.
Meaning that sometimes we look at the end goal and we forget to embrace, um, the journey, the emotions, the effort, everything that it takes to get to where we're trying to get to. Um, but even with that, I will say, like, I realize when it comes to quotes, sometimes it's not about a quote; it's more so about the person who's saying it.
Okay.
Um, yeah, like there was another quote, and I'm sorry, I don't mean to go on a rabbit trail, but there was
No, go
another
ahead. Go
quote.
ahead. I'm here for it.
Yeah, there was another quote. Somebody said, I forget the person's name, but they said, don't give me a motivational speech. Show me a motivational speech. So basically, right, you know what I mean? Show me, like, don't tell me something, but show it to me, by the way that you live your life.
Yeah. Because you have to be a person of character at the end of the day. Because you change it
Yeah,
and you're doing better for yourself. And
for
that's
sure.
great. Honestly, what you're doing. Because people might judge, people might say what they want to, but you're affecting so many kids' life. And sometimes you gotta applaud yourself. You probably had a hard week, but honestly, take it as a week of you took on someone else's burden. You made their load lighter. You're doing amazing things. So
Yeah.
don't feel those type of
Nah,
ways.
I'm not. I know it comes with the territory, and that's another tough part about the job. Like you're going to have weeks like that. You're going to have amazing weeks. You're going to have terrible weeks. Like you're going to have a little bit of everything, but it comes with the territory. So
Yeah.
yeah.
Okay. You said earlier that you went through it. It's not the destination; it's the journey, right?
Hmm. Hmm.
What was your journey like 10 years ago before you got into this?
So 10 years ago, I was working for a general contractor. I was working under him actually. Kind of showed me the ropes. Showed me everything that I needed to know. Well, let me back up. Even before that, right? Like I said, I went to trade school. That's where I learned. That's where I met Mr. Jarrett, right?
Okay.
So, yeah, like my route wasn't like everybody else. Like I had to literally pay to go to a trade school and I think about this because like some of these students, like they have better opportunities than me,
Hmm.
right? Like they can just work, for a company and gain experience like that. Like at the time I didn't know nobody, I didn't have the resume to even like, get hired for a certain company, where I can learn skills, learn how to work with my hands. So I had to go to trade school and pay money, and every time I think about it, I'm like, man, y'all students, y'all know how good y'all have it. Um,
You're lucked up right now.
Absolutely.
You're lucked
And
up.
and I did trade school and after trade school I was luckily I found a job working for a temp agency.
Okay.
I was working there. I did like some maintenance repair work. And then another company, they're called Penrose. They brought me on.
I've heard of
Like
them.
soon, you heard of? Yeah. So as soon as the temp agency let me go, this company called Penrose, they hired me, right? And that's when I met the guy who was my supervisor. He was doing work. We both were doing like, plumbing repairs and stuff like that. Then he also had a general contract company on his side, right? So
Okay.
he literally kind of took me underneath his wing and showed me a lot actually. I'm still in contact with him today.
That's great.
Um, yeah, but and that's what it's about, like really like learning underneath somebody.
Yeah.
So
That's why sometimes it's really like I be telling people it's not the room you're in, it's the people in the
facts.
room that you're in. Like they really can affect you and make you a better person. Because sometimes what you think is good is just complacent.
Sure.
You just working and they're like, nah, you could teach, you could make more money, you could have a GC company. They'll teach you business steps.
Yeah.
So you said 10 years ago you were in a different space. What would you want to say to yourself 10 years from now? Like,
Hmm. Like if I can go back,
if you could just see yourself, like 10 years from now, if you could like talk to yourself, what would you tell yourself? Like,
no, so 10 years from now, I'm saying that you talking about like back in the past, or if I can move forward in the
if you go in
future.
the future,
Oh,
forward ways.
sure. So I would probably, I don't know. I would ask myself questions. Did you accomplish your goals?
Okay.
Did you love? Did you love people? Did you make an impact? Yeah, I would ask myself those questions right there.
How do you convey love? Because typically when they talk about love, they never say that in a spectrum of a black man,
Sure,
especially in his black educator.
sure.
How would you say you convey love, or how do you define love?
Um, so for me, like, I define love by just being patient with the students. And constantly reminding them like, yo, I'm here for you. Like just forgiving them. Like that's big, right?
Yeah.
Forgiving them. Um, and I think it's also like it's weird in a way because I don't know if they ever like really heard a teacher say, I love you, much love to you, be safe
Okay.
today and stuff like that. I told one of my students, I was just like, yo, I need you to do good this week. I'm trying to call home with a good report. How many teachers know are saying that to you? And
Yeah. They don't
none really.
care if you're
So
failing.
yeah,
They just let you fail.
absolutely. So yeah, I think just the care, like the extra care that and not only do I say it, but I show it, in my actions. You know, I just don't know if they're used to that yet.
Yeah.
If they're used to it.
Because it's like right now you're retraining their brain. You know what I mean?
Sure.
You're retraining their brain just to understand that it is capable for forgiveness. We live in such a harsh world. Let's be for real. You post something wrong, people are
A-
ready to chop your head off.
Absolutely.
And kids
Absolutely.
take social media so serious and so personal.
Sure.
And I like how you post the kids doing work and showing that. Has social media helped you with the kids, or does it? How does it help you with the kids?
So social media is definitely interesting. I'm always cautious when I'm posting something because just like you said, like there's like we live in a world full of people who either want to be negative or they want to troll, right? And it's not, and in most case scenarios, I'm posting to students, right? Which, yeah, I mean, like
It's
if you
positivity,
talk about me,
but you got
yeah,
haters.
absolutely, right? Like, so if you talk about me, you talk about me. It's it is what it is. But like, if you talk about like a student in a negative way, now you're
It's,
you're pushing my buttons now.
yeah,
Um,
because
so
you have to be a
I will
protector for
say,
the kids.
yeah. So
You
I
gotta
will say I probably experienced that the first time, like the first time I post something on social media. Like
yeah,
with this, yeah, with my classroom page, my first post, like it was literally people that I don't even know that was just
for
like
real.
just posting negative things. Yeah,
Really?
yeah. And
That's
I was
funny.
like, yeah, I'm like, man, what the heck is this? But I will say though, on the positive side, social media is a great network. Like social media is the reason why me and you're talking right now, right?
Facts.
So yeah, it's a good way to connect with people, the fastest way to connect with people. So I'm hoping that I can continue to try to grow this page and grow what I'm doing,
Yeah,
and
yeah,
we'll see what happens.
yeah. You never know what the future holds because social media, like you said, we're talking now because of social
Sure,
media. Because I was like, oh, this is so cool what he's doing.
sure,
Because that honestly, it'd be hard. People be asking me all the time, how do you find trade schools trying? And I'm like, here's a page to follow. I send people your page, like,
appreciate it,
follow him, support him. Because someone
appreciate
in
it.
the messages asks, how do they support you or how do they support the
Yeah.
program? How would people contact you to support to a
Well,
program for the kids?
um. So if they wanted to contact me, my email is mbrown9@philasd.org, right? Or they can directly DM me on here on social media.
Perfect.
Um, yeah, like so. like in terms of support, it depends on the person and what they do. Like, um, like I'm for one, like I love when women can kind of like talk to the class, especially for female students that I do have. Like I love it because it's like literally it's different, right? And I don't, we don't see that as often, right? And it shows diversity. So like
Yeah.
yeah, I'm always loving when that happens. Like
Yeah. So if you're watching the replay and you're a woman, contact Mr. Brown to make sure if you're watching this and you're a woman in construction, contact
oh
Mr. Brown. I'm
yeah,
going to make a snippet of
absolutely.
this part just so they know. Contact you now because he would love to have women who are in trades, especially, to go there to show, like, just to show the opportunity, like, to show is visually there. Because I'm going to be honest, I work in the trades too. And I'd be like the only black woman there. I'd be the
Mm,
only woman. And then when I see another woman, I'm like, hey, how are you? You're my best friend? Like,
sure,
you know what I mean? It's like
sure.
you gotta find your community, find your tribe. That's the best part about being in trades. You can find people who help you, you know?
Right.
How would you want people, you said email you or Instagram is the best
Yeah.
resource for people.
Yep, absolutely. Or you can DM me straight up on here. I'll get right back with you.
Okay. What would you like? Like, would you like them to just come to the classroom to talk? What
Yeah,
would you want
so
them to do?
yeah, whatever is convenient. Like if coming to the classroom, like if they can do that, come through. Depending on what they do, we can learn something from them. If it's a Zoom call, that's cool. However, yeah, it doesn't matter.
Yeah, fabulous. So for those watching the replay, I'll repeat, contact Mr. Brown. That'd be great.
Appreciate it.
Um, I'm not gonna keep you long, but I have like two more questions.
Yeah, go ahead.
Um, I know you gave me a quote from Kobe that inspired you, but if you had to say a quote for yourself, like what would you want your
Mm,
quote to be?
yo, you got some good questions.
I'm out here. I'm getting your brain thinking.
Man, believe in yourself. And I know that sounds so cliche, but like really like believe in yourself. And I say that because like growing up, I did not believe in myself. I didn't think I was smart enough to do anything, especially when it comes to school. Like, and shout out to one of my former high school teachers who, like, he was literally the first person who ever told me like I was smart, right?
Really?
And yeah, yeah. And when he told me that, it made me a believer of myself, right?
Hmm.
Like, so it kind of like it's crazy. It's so simple, but no one ever told me that, right? And it changed the trajectory of my life. Like, it made me more of a goal getter, right?
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
yeah, just believe in yourself, knowing that you're capable to do whatever you set your mind to. It just may take some hard work, but you got it in you.
What are like three action items you would say someone to do to make themselves believe in themselves more? Like if they had to put it into action.
Sure, I think hard work.
Okay. That's okay.
Yeah, so hard work can be lazy,
Yeah.
right? You can't just expect results and not really put the work in.
Okay.
Yeah, asking for help, you know, um, like it can be somebody like you're not the first person going through whatever you went through, right? So like there have to be like you have to network, you have to have people in your life that can actually help you accomplish whatever you want to accomplish.
Yeah.
And I would say the next one is just like professionalism, like be a cool person, whereas though somebody actually wants to help you, right? Don't be, a butt, where nobody really don't want to like talk to you. Like that type of mindset is not going to get you nowhere. Like, so
Yeah.
yeah.
With that, how do you handle gatekeepers? You know how sometimes there's people who don't want to share information. They feel like it's stingy. Even though you're a teacher and your point is to share information, how do you handle people who are gatekeepers, like with info?
Mm,
Or you've not had that experience yet?
I just, well, well, all right. So me, like I'm the type of person, I'll figure out a way to go around the gate. right? So figure out like if I'm not getting it from this person, then maybe I can get it from another person. Yes, I have had that experience, like on numerous jobs, right? Me being young coming in, trying to learn, I had somebody told me that they were not training me. They were not going to show me how to do this.
That's
Actually, you're holding me back because I got work to do, right? And I'm just trying to learn. You know what I mean? And then they went and told, somebody else that I was struggling on the job. Of course I was struggling on the job because I didn't know what I was doing. And I was hoping that you was going to show me. And I'm still trying to learn. But again, like that's one person. Like, so you can't like you can't stop there and you can't let it discourage you. You gotta go around the gate. There's another person right there that you can speak to, right? Especially if you know that you're a good person and you come like you're humble about it, you're just trying to learn the game, then most cases you're gonna find somebody who's gonna welcome you.
yeah. People will help you out. You just gotta ask. And like you said, if someone say no, there's a billion people in the world. One
Facts.
no ain't gonna stop you. So that's
Right.
a big thing you're gonna realize. It's gonna hurt, but all right.
Sure.
A lot of things hurt sometimes
Sure.
in life. Um, what would you like? How can people contact you? Because I don't want to hold you.
Sure.
I know it's been a minute. I don't want to hold
Yeah.
you too long. Please repeat your contact information, your
Mhm.
IG, email, just so people could know and contact you to support and just be there for you.
Yeah, so my email is mbrown, like the color, mbrown9 at philasd.org.
Okay.
Um, my Instagram is Mr. Brown Plumbing Tech.
Okay.
Yeah, so they can shoot me a DM or shoot me an email. Let's talk. Let's build the future.
Yes. That's Bill. That's great. Thank you again so much for doing
Thank
this. I appreciate
you.
you.
Thank you. I
Thank
got
you
to
so
interview
much.
you one day.
You know what? I'm down for that. You let me know when you're
Okay.
ready, and let me know too. I'll try to make my way so I can cause I'm in Jersey. Well,
Sure.
not right now, of
Okay.
course, but I'm in Jersey typically, and I could try to come to Philly and whatnot and try to set up something for you. I'll come to school if you want me to. Just
Absolutely.
let me know. Let me know what
Absolutely.
you need me to do.
Got you.
You got hit me on the hip. You know how I go.
I got you. I
Yeah.
got you.
Well, thank you so much, Mr. Brown. Marcus, I'm sorry, I'm all
Nah,
professional.
you're all
All
good.
right,
You're
thank
all
you so
good.
much. We appreciate you. I appreciate you for doing this. And I'm going to be posting this all over LinkedIn, Instagram, all that, Facebook. So people, please reach out to Mr. Brown and give him time. Because like we said earlier, we're not gatekeeping this year. This is the year of success. This is the year of growth.
Mm,
This is the year of knowledge. And honestly, people be stingy with helping people. But look, that's bad karma. You don't
right.
get good karma like that.
For real.
We out
For
here
real.
about the good
And
energy. You know what I mean?
yeah, and I don't get it. I don't know if people view people as competition. Like, in a way, competition is what help you become better, right? So like you have the bad competition and the good competition. Like I always look at it as a good competition. Like so if I help somebody become great, they're going to either help me become great or they're going to help me become great because of my mindset, right?
Yeah.
So like they're going to always push me, or if they learn something, they're just going to pass it on to me. So it's yeah,
But like knowledge is really power. People be sitting here share something. Sometimes people just don't
sure,
know. Google don't answer everything.
right.
You need to ask people, talk to them, and figure out. Because Google will leave you astray. You go on Google, they think you're cold and you dying. You know what
And,
I mean?
and
So you can't go by Google. You gotta
but
go by
also
conversation with people.
facts. But also like it takes longer.
Mhm.
Like I just called my man the other day, like, yo, I'm trying to figure something out about a vowel, right? About a vowel. Like he gave me the answer just like that. Whole time, like I was looking on the computer for like 30 minutes just trying to wrap my brains around something. I'm like, man, but that goes back to point to community, like when you're connected with people who can actually help you.
Yep. And it really does take a community to grow as a person.
Sure.
No man is an island.
Right.
Facts. But thank you so much for joining. I
Absolutely.
appreciate you. Hit me, let me know what you need from me, dates and times. We'll set that up, and I'll even come do your interview for your platform too.
Uh-huh.
So let me. I appreciate you so much. So
Gotcha.
everybody
Thank
who's
you.
here will watch this. Make sure you follow Mr. Brown. Thank you.
Appreciate it. Talk to you soon.
Talk to you soon. Bye. So for those who are just joining or will watch the replay, please go Please, 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 please go follow Mr. Brown Plumbing Tech. Again, that's Mr. Brown Plumbing Tech. And thank you so much for joining the live. We'll talk to you soon. Bye.